Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Captain Crossbones Cove. We again are now on day 11 here at Beer Manufacturer Simulator. We are going to produce some Hollowbrook Hellers, and we are also going to get everything we need ready for any other orders that we have come through. Okay, so we want 10 of those, and then there is other bits. Okay, so looking for our hops. There they are. Okay, now while we're here as well, we're going to also grab our medium quality Brisford Brown and our medium quality Bugwell hops. And we are going to grab some yeast. So the yeast I want to try will be this Bavaria Cloud. Something different. We're also going to order some cherry aroma. That will give ourselves something different. So optional ingredients added after hops and before boiling. They grant a flavor trait. Flavored beer cannot be used in classic contracts due to the complex brewing process. Flavored beer cannot be brewed in automatic vats. Flavorings unlock in the shop after reaching the required level. Okay, so while we're here as well, we're going to grab us another lagering vat because, well, one is in the first one. We've got a second one that we can run. We'll go next to it. So our aim of this setup here is that we want to brew two different types of beer, but we don't want to brew two and then not have anything for storing it. So, well, one is in the lagering vat, the other one can go in the yeast. And yeah, it's kind of trying our best to create like a daisy chain of beer going. So let's get going with that one. I just don't want to end up getting confused. So my intentions are to memorize what's going where, which is going to be a fun task. Right, so now we want to head over here. We want to grab 3 of those. 2 of those. No, I didn't want 2 of those. There we go. Now, let's go and run these to our shelf. Because we don't need those. What we do want is Brisford Brown and Bugwell. We also want to find hops and Holigo. There we go. Now, what I want to do is make sure that we can split the cherry between the 2. So our first one we're going to do is the Brisford Brown. When it opens, there we go. Okay, we'll go 23 on that one. Over here, we're going to go in with the Hologold. That one opened first time. Never mind. First time for everything. Right, so I'm not going to go too mad. Right, now over here we want to, before we add the hops, we want to set the temperature. Now, for those who have just joined the channel, on our last episode, we explained that the temperature for our malt needs to be 65. So we'll set both of those. Okay, we've gone into overtime. That's okay. So our Brisford ale is going to get done first. So what we want here is the Bugwell. We'll add the Bugwell hops. All right. Okay. So as long as you're in the green, it really doesn't matter. I just tend to go 23, just one of those. But as long as you're in the green, which is around here, you're fine. I'm just very, very one-sided. I prefer to do it that way because of ADHD. Right, so we'll grab second yeast. We'll grab our aroma, and we're going to go and add the cherry aroma before we cook on the hot. Okay, so we're gonna need to do the same, just into the green. Okay, so that one is now done, and we'll do the same with this one. Okay, and grab that one. One more. Okay, brilliant. So they both have the cherry aroma. We can drop those there, and we can now set our temperature to bang on 95. And we'll do the same with that one. So you want to oil the malt bang on 65. Then when you add the hops, you want that on 95. So it's 65 and 95. And then your cooling temperature before it goes to the fermentation is 20 degrees. Now, once you're here at the fermentation, what we want to do is we want to obviously add our yeast. So we've got a trait of sweetness and cherry with our Brisford ale. Now, what we need to do is set our temperature, and we want to set that at 12 for the fermentation process to begin. So we've got Hollowbrooks Heller currently waiting there, and in here we've got Brisford Ale. Okay, so that has now done, so we can now select that over to there, and we can transfer this one over to fermentation. Okay, so again, transfer that. This one's gonna have refreshment as the trait, as well as the cherry aroma. Okay, again, set the temperature to 12. We'll drop that off over here. So by the time that one has done the fermentation, that one we can send and start bottling. So I want to transfer that, and we can put that one over there. And let's go and put our head down. Okay. So we've got 3 crates here. So we'll fill those. Okay, brilliant. Grab those two. They're now ready. That one on there. Okay, so now we want to get hold of our labels, and we want to put those in place. And grab those and do the same again. Right. So we are going to need to order some more, which we can sort out now. Let's go shop. We'll order those, and well, also put those in. Let's do it that way. Okay. Right. So now we have 100 of the labels and 100 caps. So now we can do that. Grab those and we'll send those to here. Now put that there. Grab that on there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bottle those, and with what we've got remaining, we can transfer that 20 litres over, because what we now want to do is transfer our other one, is this main one for the contract. So we'll finish off with the labeling of these ones. Okay, brilliant. Grab that. And we'll run that to there. And we'll now grab our other bottles. So I find it a lot easier to have at least 1 or 2 empty crates, so you can go from one crate to the other when you're bottling and capping and labeling. I don't know, it to me makes better sense because you're able to get them done a lot quicker. And obviously, I know we've got a crate table that we could use, but I just don't see the intentions of that unless we have single bottles. So let's now this one done. Okay. Brilliant. Right. Grab our empties. Drop those there. And then we've only got 10 of those. So let's go and complete these. We've got Brisford Ale. Do that one. We can do those. So we've already got the Brisford Ale 8 here and 4. We can do that one and we can do that one. Now that's a Cassadia. Okay, so for a Cassadia, we need to look at the low pale malt, but obviously in a better quality if we can. So if we grab hold of that one, and we also then want to grab hold of Cassadia IPA hops, and then we'll add a banana flavor to it. So we'll go 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Now I'm not too worried about what we've just spent on that because we've got enough here to be able to cover us on other parts. So 5, 10, 15, and 20. Go grab those. Let's go and finish off our bottling. Okay, so this is the Hollowbrooks Holler. So we want to get as much of that done, which is perfect. Okay, so we've got 52 of those. Now that one required trait of sweetness, so we can do that, and then nip into here, grab that, take away that one. Yeah, we'll go 30 crates. Now, what did we want? We want to add some of that. What should we do? 5 of those, or 4 of those, sorry. Right, okay. So we want to grab 3 of those, 1 of those, collar, where is it? There it is. And Bugwell, collar gold. Let's try and find another one. Where did we order that to? I'm sure we did. There it is. There it is. Okay. So we want 2 bottles. This is going to do Cassadeer. Okay. Now for the last bottle in that one. Okay. Right. Now we'll run back in here. We'll grab another 2 bottles. Now I know we've got to finish off what we started, which was the ale and the other Hollowbrook Tellers that didn't have the sweetness. So we can deal with that as we progress. Now I just want to okay, so that one is at 65. We'll run in here and we'll grab the bits we need to make a sweeter Hollowbrook. There we go. Right, so 65. Now, over here we want to add the Cassadeer. Nearly there. There we go. Okay, now before we carry on with the boiling of this one, we want to add the banana flavouring. Give this Cassadeer a bit of a nice touch. Okay, now we want to boil the temperature at 95, and while that's doing, grab our Hollowbrooks. Ran out. Okay. Gotta run to outside. why I ran round the block, I don't know. Ah, there's our Hollowbrook. Well, we've got it here somewhere. Come on. Where could that be? Staring at me in the face, I bet. Yep, there it is. Okay. Right. So, while we're over here, we want to stick that on to 20. Grab that, and we'll do this one. Okay. So we're not going to add any flavoring to this one. Want to try and keep this one without that. So that's got 20 litre capacity inside. Now, let's have a look. So we could use Thermix to obviously use that one, or what's the result of that one? So we could do refreshing by using that one, or we could kind of have a better mix without any trait. Thing, because the rate of that one's definitely better, so we'll do it that way. Okay, now we'll set that to 12. We do want some more of that one because we need that for our other now what we don't need we can put on here, and that now can be transferred to there. Oh, need to call that one there. Now while we're waiting for that, let's go and grab some crates. We can add 2 onto there. I didn't order any labels. Oh, how are we looking anyway? We've got 10. So we could cope with that. But what we can do, just had a thought. Let's bottle up the remainder of what we have here, which is our Hollowbrook Helms. Okay, that's spot on. And we'll do those. Now we'll grab this one, transfer the rest of that, move that one. Okay, so I've moved that one instead. Right. Now, I want a trait of sweetness. So, to be able to find that perfect trait, we need to find that's going to give us a trait of refreshing. That's going to give us no trait at all. So, in the meantime, let's grab hold of those and we'll get these in. Now, we're only going to be able to do 10 of these, which is fine because we literally only have 10 bottles. Sorry, 10 labels. Right, that is a Cassadia. Now, what we can do is we can put those on here. We can then grab the empty crate and stick those in there. Okay. Yes, it's probably going to throw us out in the amount we've got, but there is a way around. So let's sell that one. We've got 4 of those. There's 20 of that there, but we can't do anything with those. What we're now going to do is grab 2 boxes of 100 labels. We'll throw those, not literally, on there. And we'll grab our empty crate. Okay. And we'll get the rest of these Cassadias done. Okay, so we've got enough bottles there. Place that on there. Okay, grab that. And we have 50 litres to get through. And this is our Cassadia. Couldn't get my words out. Oh dear, one of those moments. Right, okay. And I've done it again, which is fine. Okay. So let's get these done. We'll put that back over there. Okay. I'm not sure if there is anything in those 3 bottles. No, there isn't. Okay. That's fine. We'll dump those there. Run those over here. We've got those. Done it again. Forgot crate. That's fine. We can just recreate those. Let's not make the same mistake. We'll grab the crate. Okay. Right. So place that on there. We'll put that there. Grab that and drop that here. We'll just throw random bottles there. Okay. Now, what we got left? We've got 30 litres. So we'll move that over. We want to find something for that. So what we'll do is we'll have a look here and we'll put some sails. Lovely. Okay. So we've got that one. Still got 12. Okay, so we've got Brisford Ale as well. So we haven't got anything from those. So what we ideally need to have a look at is trying to find something that will give our Hollowbrooks. Trying to think. So ideally what we're trying to find is something that's gonna give our Hollowbrooks a huge lift. I just cannot for the life of me work out what our best option is at the moment. Have just had a thought. If we grab a bag of that and we'll empty what we've got here. Right, so I have to remember we've got Brisford Ale Contract 1 to do. So I'm pretty sure what we got. I got the Brisford Ale here. No, what's that one then? So that one's got 20 litres. Why doesn't it tell us what we've put in it each? It's a guessing game. Okay. Right, so that's our Brisford Ale. So let's run that. Don't think we're gonna manage to do 16. No, we're not. Okay. So we've got 40. Let's head over, cancel that one. We don't have enough. We'll grab that one. And we'll grab that one, which is fine. Right. Okay. Grab those. Run those. Okay. Cap and labels. Right. Okay, so that's our Brisford Ale with more than enough. So we'll go to active, complete, and complete. Haven't got any of those. And okay, so we are still trying to fathom this one. What we got here? What was I after, guys? Girls? Brain fog. Right. Yeah. So we're going to run that one straight away. So we can't fathom out our sweet side for that one at the moment. Have I got any more? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Right. Let's get this one done and out of the way. Hopefully we've got enough. Nope. Oh, oh. Gotta go and open a new pack. Got one there. What I will do while we're over this way is we'll grab enough of those. Right. Come on. Last one. Right. Temperature. temperature. Set that 12. Right, now, with this one, we're going to do a thing. We're going to try using Brisford brown mold. And see if we can get our sweetness. Drop that there, grab that, and we want a second one. Wasn't trying to store it. No. Oh, come on, please. Don't play silly with me. There we go. Right. Okay. So now we're going to add in Hollowbrooks. Okay. Set the temperature to 95. And see what we can reduce. Because we really do want to get the best ingredients we can. That needs transferring. That can go over there. Let's call that one. See if it tells us what we have. Nope. Still not 100% sure. And we'll move that to fermentation. Okay. Right. Okay. So I have officially sussed what we need to create a sweet. Oops. Not concentrating, you donut. But yes, I have finally found the right ingredients for a sweetness Hollowbrooks Hellers. So what we used was Brisford brown mold. Then we used the Hollowbrooks, and then we used the Thermix as well. So now, if I transfer that over to our lagering vat, with this one, we should now, in theory, be able to complete this contract. We'll just remove that. Okay. Not too bothered that we've lost that one, to be honest. I'd much rather lose one to gain the right one that we need. So let's now fill these Now we only need 4 in particular for this contract. So I'd much rather we just do the 40 and we can have those as spares. Okay. And last one. Yep. There we go. Nope. Okay. We still haven't got it right. Hey. No, you donut. What the heck? What? Did we or did we not just get that with a sweetness trait? No. No. Oh, man. That blows. For goodness sake. Okay. Just when I got it sighted. Turns out that even at 9% out of 10 is still not good enough for the customer. Ah, dear. Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to finish labeling and bottling. And we'll just call it and sell it. Because I cannot for the life of me work out how they can't see that we've made that sweet. So, okay. Right. Grab those and we'll run those over here. Good bed. Yep. Well, we're not too bothered because we're going to cancel that one. And we're going to grab that one. Same with that one. Okay. All right. So that is all we have time for. On our next episode, we will continue where we have left off today. We've got some crates over there we can sell as well. So yes, I am going to leave it at that for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And on the next episode, we will definitely continue where we have left off. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
Avast, ye scallywags! If ye enjoy this video, don't be a scurvy dog. Mash that like button and subscribe to me channel. Fair winds to ye all. Thanks for watching me hearties, and I'll see ye in the next voyage.